Hi, this is Austin Council. So this is the final reflection tweet. Um, so I'll go ahead and get started on some of the questions. So just to preface, I kind of beat myself up a lot about the hardiness challenge, and I'll get into that when I answer some of the questions. But it wasn't the best experience for me for a variety of reasons. But after a lot of self-reflection, I can say that I know kind of the areas that I really need to work on. So first, was it hard? Physically, no, it was not hard for me. I've done stadiums most of my time at UF as a form of exercise, so I know the stadium really well. I've actually had to stop doing stadiums because I was doing them so much and they were hurting my knees. Um, so the physical part of it was not hard. The part that was most difficult for me was trying to get the team together to get on some kind of a pace to do the stadiums, and me trying to go faster and slow down and make sure everybody was okay. That was what I had the most trouble with because I just wanted to go, and I didn't take time to address the needs of my teammates to see how we were going to tackle everything. Someone just said, "Get in the front of the line," so I got in the front, and then we just started going. Um, Thinking back on it now, I don't think that was the best approach. So, what were you thinking about the whole time? Just so when I'm in the stadium, a lot of things are going through my mind. A lot of it has to do with stress because I'm in a very stressful time in my life right now, and exercising is a relief of stress. So it reminded me of all the times that I was in the stadium as a student. It reminded me of all the times I've exercised there before. Um, it reminded me of just all the times that I've been there and had to come there to relieve stress. And so I was in this situation with my teammates of trying to, go up and down the stadium, and I found myself getting stressed out doing it because I was worried about if I was even doing what was being asked, because it seemed like the other teammates were getting kind of frustrated with what we were doing. If I was going too fast, or we just, I didn't take time to really think about how to approach this. That was the problem. I wasn't thinking about much of anything. I was just thinking about going and doing it. Um, and that goes back to a lot of personality issues I have. Is when people are somewhat directive of me, I just kind of go and just do as I'm told, without even considering what I want or what I want to do or what I think would be good for the group or addressing the group's needs or seeing what they need. So what was I focused on? The whole time I was just focused on leading the group and making sure everyone got up and went to the top and to the bottom and no one got hurt. Why did I feel frustrated? I was frustrated because I wasn't really sure the what the directions were, other than like I kept feeling like there was something more to it than just going up and down the stairs. Um, I was frustrated because I wanted everyone to have a good time, and I wanted everybody to view me as a good person to lead the group, and I don't really think that happened because I kind of just tackled the thing head on and didn't consider anybody else's viewpoints of maybe we should go in a horizontal line, maybe someone else should go in front, maybe we should go up the uh, instead of the stairs, maybe we should go up the bleachers. I just never really considered any of that. And a lot of that goes back to the stress relieving part. So when I used to go to run the stadiums, when I do exercise of any form to release stress, I have like tunnel vision, and I'm very reflective of everything. So when I'm exercising, I'm mainly focused on just relieving stress and trying to find some peace by doing that. And so I was frustrated because I was trying to do that, but at the same time, I was trying to make sure everybody else in the group was doing okay. And it didn't really seem like they were. It didn't really seem like we had a whole lot of direction of what we were doing. Why did I feel happy? So I wasn't really happy the whole time, but I was happy that we were exercising and we were doing stadiums because I really like doing stadiums. So with respect to the 4 areas, the cognitive part, so one thing that I think I'm a decent human being at doing is reflecting. So I did a tremendous amount of reflecting on that experience. And I can say that I hope from now on, if I'm thrusted into some kind of a leadership role, that I can actually, I do all this research on humility and I talk about servant leadership, but I don't put all of these things into practice sometimes. So my growth for cognitive would be to take the reflection and turn it into action and actually do what I'm reflecting about. So for this would be if I'm thrust into a leadership position and I'm not really sure what to do, having the humility to look at my group and say, okay, how should we go about doing this, instead of just full-fledged throwing myself into it. On the emotional side, lately I've been trying to admit that I don't have all the answers with some of the things I'm going through in my life with PhD and stresses of life. I'm hoping to be more of an expressive person and not just keep everything inside. I have a lot of pride in thinking I can solve things on my own without external help. And a lot of this process of learning about myself in this class has helped me realize that I can't do it by myself. And I've tried and I've done that for a long time. And now it's going to come to a head, and I've kind of realized that I can't do that. So physical, I'm really trying to exercise more. I can't really do stadiums much anymore because of my knees, but I do try to run and go to the gym a lot. And the purpose of that is to release stress, but at the same time, I want it to be fun. So I don't really feel like I need to go to the gym to get rid of the stress, because it always will somehow come back. But I want to do it because I enjoy doing it, and I want it, and it's very, it's good for my body and it's good for my mind to be able to work out to contribute to a more healthier lifestyle for myself. So I want to run more. I want to go to the gym more. Yeah. Spiritual. So a lot of this class has helped me to understand myself and my relationship to God. So I'm a Christian. I believe in God, and I believe in having a relationship with God. And I'm always seeking constant ways to improve that relationship. So the spiritual side for me would be to dedicate a lot more time to prayer and meditation. I meditate in the mornings, but I'm starting to think that meditating in the mornings and praying isn't enough. So maybe in the mornings or in the afternoons and in the evenings before I go to bed, meditating. Not even doing it for very long, maybe 10 minutes. Just taking time to be fully present and not worrying about anything else other than just resting in the presence of God, which is something I believe in doing a lot. So those are the kind of the 4 areas of improvement that I'd like to see in myself. Again, this was a very reflective process for me, the Hardiness Challenge. I know now to actually put into practice the humility that I keep preaching about, and that, what that looks like with the Hardiness Challenge is if I were to do that over again, I would stop and say, okay, how are we going to approach what we've been asked to do? What pace should we go at? Who should be in front? Who should be leading? What are we going to accomplish by the end? What's everybody's strengths and limitations when it comes to running stadiums? because I didn't take any of that into account. I can run stadiums all day. Uh, I'm not the best at it, but I have a lot of experience. I did not take into consideration that maybe there's some people who've never run stadiums, period. I used to do it so much it was like second nature to me. So having the ability to take action after my reflection. I do a lot of reflecting and it kind of stays in my mind, but it doesn't really go any further than that. And so really the application piece is kind of the biggest thing for me. And with that, that concludes my reflection. This has been a wonderful semester. I've learned a ton from interpersonal leadership, learned a lot about myself, and some of the texts that we've read I will remember for a very long time, and I will always be able to go back and reference them, especially the ones from Father Greg Boyle, which were my favorite. So thank you, and have a good summer. I will see you soon.